This is what I've built 6 years ago. A modern house with an underwater part that lets me view the ocean from inside. That was my definition of a dream house. But when I look at it now, it's rather ugly. So I thought, let's put the skills that I've developed in the last 6 years to use and see what I can do with this. Hello! Here we are. I put this house into a creative world so I can recreate this. Originally, I built this on a server with my friends, and I also did a little interior. It's a very impressive interior. This is a kitchen, right? As you can see, it is rather small. There's a living room down here with the ocean view, a cat tree, and I removed all the animals because, like, here we have a bed and yeah, my luxurious bedroom with the view in the ocean. It is lovely, absolutely breathtaking. You can even go swim here. Does make sense, yeah. And you can also do it like here. You can hop in the water like this. So I left like some open areas to go into the water because I thought that would be cool. There's also another bedroom up there. It's quite luxurious with the many bedrooms. We have a little bathroom in here and a little balcony area. So we gotta recreate all of this, the general structure of this, but I will make it bigger and I will make it better. So I'm gonna put it right next to it because then we can see the direct comparison. I think I'm just gonna make a bunch of big boxes for the general shape of it, and then we later carve in the windows and all of that stuff. But maybe that's not a smart idea. I need to figure out the shape for the windows first, so you know, they fit. Since I've gotten more into building, I really became a friend of trapdoors for framing stuff. And if I look at this here, I have not used a single trapdoor, which is crazy because I'm so in love with using trapdoors. I haven't used a single one here. That is not Josie, guys. That is strange. Wow. I will use dark oak as well, dark oak planks and dark oak trapdoors and stuff like that, because that was how I started it. I will use full blocks for this here because I think at the size I'm gonna make this, maybe this is gonna be too big. Do I want to use full blocks? Maybe not. So I want to use trapdoors for the windows, okay, to frame them. The only thing is at the bottom, obviously, there will be planks or something. So the bottom will be a full block, and then the in-between, wherever the middle is, I have to figure that out. But I guess I'll put the middle somewhere there. So I want to frame it outside too. So it has like this frame that looks so modern. I love that. It is funny. I never built modern. And since I had multiple windows in the original, I will also make it multiple ones. I'm just not sure. Do I want to divide it with fences or with trapdoors here? I mean, fences could work a little bit better, I assume. Now we would work on the middle part here, which I'm not really happy with the design, so we can completely change it up if you ask me. So we go 5 blocks back, and then I make a dark frame around this whole part. So I would divide it once in the middle, maybe with this, with the fence here. And now there needs to be some kind of entrance part. I would set that a block lower than the window here. I don't know about that though. I don't like how thin this looks. Maybe we can use 2 trapdoors to have like a bit of a thicker aesthetic. But then also this is gonna be off-centered. This could be too spicy, too interesting. Actually, I like that. We like it spicy and interesting. Come on. And then I'm vibing something like this over here. Another dividation. Maybe with a slab, because this is so skinny. This is too far down now, isn't it? I could use 2 trapdoors again. I think 2 trapdoors are almost as thick as a slab actually is. They're a little bit skinnier, so I guess that's better. There's now this white frame I have there, and then it goes over to a black little box, and then this balcony. This is a very random shape. I mean, I used to do a lot of random shapes when I was little. I thought it looks interesting if you just use a lot of random shapes, which it does look interesting for sure. I think I'm gonna go into the front a little bit to give it some more depth, and I could technically do the same as I did in the little one where I did like this L-shaped thing that goes around there. So I don't know if that's a good idea, but you never know until you try. I thought of maybe putting it a little bit lower so it's actually kind of different. You know what? I don't hate it actually. The only thing I would do is actually completely surrounding it with trapdoors again, because because I like framing everything. It's like giving it an outline. Like with art, right? When I draw, I like outlining my stuff. The only problem now is this corner here, because how am I gonna put a trapdoor there? It won't let me. And guys, stairs just don't look the same, okay? This ain't gonna work, is it? I mean, maybe you don't notice because there is dark behind it as well. Now it's actually time to go to the side, right? The pool is here, so I would say we do work on the pool now, which I would possibly continue this a little bit because there is trapdoors here. I can't really connect it with a pool here, so it would actually raise up a wall here that is dark brown. I will want to frame the pool at the top with the dark oak because I feel like that would fit better with the general theme. I have it completely white there and I think that is a little bit off. So a girl has to do what a girl has to do, okay? This is a dark frame now. Now it needs some white frames. I will go inwards with this, I think. I will make the walls of the pool completely closed off on this side because I feel like it doesn't really need to be a window over there. Even though I have windows there, I have windows all around the thing. It's just like, you know, your neighbors can watch you swim in your pool all the time. That's definitely what you want. But I do want a window in the front, so I'm just gonna frame it with trapdoors again. It doesn't really have any framing in the middle, so it's just basically a big window. I'm just not sure if I like that aesthetic. I could technically go ahead and do something like this here, so it's a bit more interesting. I could add like a random little part here. Okay, so now we come to the part where we basically have a little balcony area here because that's what's going on there. And there needs to be another like roof on top of that thing. Let me figure out what I did here. So I have just basically 2 columns, a sofa, and a roof. That is peak art, Josie. We add 2 columns. No, Josie. No. If I were to put a column there, I'd have the problem that this does look off-centered in a weird way. So I guess I'll put it like somewhere else, like here or something. Don't know till where the pool actually goes, but I say it's probably gonna end here. And that's the shape. So I'm in love with the shape of you. And then the roof would go along here. But then the problem is the roof is all on the same height. I assume that would look better if it was lower. Yeah, actually, I think it would. It's so weird using the same block so much. Like, I'm not used to not texturing at all. If I were to add like spruce trapdoors underneath, it would be a little bit lighter underneath, and that kind of has an aesthetic for sure. It's definitely not light enough though. But the problem is all the other trapdoors are kind of like ugly. They're like see-through in a way. I could use oak, so it would look like this, and then I could use the magic of trapdoors or signs or whatever to do that. There is a problem though. There's always a problem, and it's this. It's this. This is not good. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? I would never lie. I guess I could just make it like go out more and then it doesn't matter. This could be fancy. I love it. So I'll replace all the roof now with that stuff because I think that looks cooler. And there we are now. I think from the shape itself, the 2 look like siblings. Not like twins, like siblings. So now I do feel like there is a little bit of an off balance because like it goes a lot down there and it's up here a lot. Like it's high up there. So I feel like I would need to put another building here in order to balance it out. So I will put something in front here. The thing is though, for the size, I think it is better to have it not on the same height as where the window starts, because that would make it look a little more different and a little more interesting. But maybe that's too high up. Maybe under where the window starts. Now it's the same size as the pool. That's also not good. Okay, against my will, I'll put it on the same height as this. And I'll just put down some walls to see it a little bit better. I know I will cover the window, but that is intentional. Pure intention. So now we need to put in a window here. I think I'll just put a very simple one here with like maybe 2 dividations. And yes, dividation is a word for sure. The front is almost complete. I would though put another level on top here to make the roof a bit thicker. Okay, maybe not there. Maybe like a block inwards like this. This part needs to be higher, so kind of have like the central thing a bit higher. I think that's cool. I still have to figure out other sides, and I still have to figure out what to put behind the windows because they're open now and we don't want no open windows. I want to use glass, but I don't like normal glass actually. I did like normal glass in the past, as you saw in the old building, but I now actually have a different opinion about it, and I pretty much don't want to use it anymore. There is some options we have, and these are far, I just want to show the normal glass and explain why I hate that first. It's because it has a white frame and it's like, no. Obviously, every other glass type does also have a frame, but the frame is a little less visible because of the stained glass aesthetic. So option number 1 is just black glass. Next option is white glass. Actually, it looks pretty cool in here, but maybe it's because of the background, because it doesn't have a background color. I'm also thinking cyan, because like when I look into windows, they always have like a little bit of a sky reflection. That also does look cool, but then we don't know what it looks like inside, so I guess I can't really 100% stick with my decision yet if I make it. Then we have brown, because brown would fit with like a general color scheme, and it also is kind of like looking more like the interior, and I do like that a lot. So I might just put brown glass everywhere and then we'll see. That's what it looks like with a glass. This part over there is empty because this is a balcony, if you remember. Do you remember the balcony that I made? But now it's water time. There is another thing that makes this pool special. It's basically that it's all glass. I didn't do that over there because I feel like too much glass can also look weird. But okay, you can look into the pool from the living room. That is a little bit weird, to be fair, because like people are gonna like, I'll be in bikini here. This is not appropriate. Okay, but there's glass at the bottom of the pool. That's what I was on about. So I think I'm actually gonna do that too and fill in the bottom here with glass so I can see the ocean live. Not my living room, the ocean live. Yeah, and now we're gonna fill this in with water. Lovely. It's looking so dark with the water inside. I mean, I could technically change the glass color to cyan glass and hopes it makes it a bit brighter. I guess that's just trial and error. Oh no. The water is a nightmare. Josie, you could use World Edit for this, or Axiom. No, Josie. No, Josie likes to do everything by hand because she's not used to these tools. I think that is better. Let's figure out the underwater part. So underwater, I kind of mirrored it for the most part. You know what? Maybe I'll mirror it. It's just gonna be this part that's gonna be like just a third level. And then there's gonna be this part where this L shape is just gonna go back again. Oh my taste! And I just mirrored the part from over here up down there. And now I wanna actually recreate this part here under here as well, but make it an actual window. So this can be a room where people can actually look into the water. So I will just divide it a little bit in between so it looks a bit more interesting, and I could give it like another little frame here. No. So and now underwater it looks like this, and over water it looks like this. We could actually put some glass around here so we have a little railing. So otherwise this is maybe a little bit dangerous, isn't it? And now, before I go in with more detail, I'm just gonna make the other sides of camera really quick. So as you can see, I got busy and it looks a little different because now we do have angles and we do have interior, but more to that later. I want to give you a tour of the interior at the end of the video, okay? Because first, let me show you guys all the angles that I added. Here is the angle from the right side. This is how it looked like before. I think I still got the vibe down, but it looks a lot better. Then we have the back. I do really like how the back turned out, and especially if you compare it with the original, I think it is a ton better. Oh, and actually one thing I forgot to mention is I changed the brown glass to cyan because that looks a lot better. So last but not least, we have the left side. It is definitely the most flawed one. It looks a bit too symmetrical, but it still looks very similar to this, so I think it's good. So now that we looked at all the angles, there's still a thing that we need to do that actually makes it look a lot different from our original design here. As you can see in my hands, I'm actually touching grass right now, something you guys should do. So what I want to do with the grass actually is that I want to put some grass around here to actually have a little bit of a garden, front yard of something. I will want to frame this here with the dark oak, I think it's called. I want to put some moss around it too, so it looks a bit more textured. And then to spice it up, we are gonna touch grass again. Maybe some fern. I like me some fern. There's also no bushes in the game. Did you know? So now there's not really a pathway over to this. So I'm thinking we could use some stone pressure plates. So like, you know, we give our friends the opportunity to trap our base. Yeah, splatter some stone and some pressure plates and some buttons around. Now I do still want to actually add some azalea to add a little bit of bushiness around the corners here. So now we have a little bit of an issue that under here, this is looking really, really ugly. So what I'm gonna do to fix it, I'm gonna place a bunch of trapdoors. I know I can't place one here. Nobody will know. How could they know? This is fine. There is one thing though. If you have a build touching water like this, there would be a little bit of texture. I know it's modern, so it's pretty clean, but it's still in the water. So I suppose we can add some calcite. That's actually lighter. I'm thinking of like spotting it around as well. I know this is modern and this may not fit, but this is actually quite cool. Calcite is actually lighter than this, so I need to find something else. There is diorite. I'm a bit scared of diorite because it's very grizzly. I mean, it could help with like the wet parts. I guess this gives it more of a stone aesthetic than a concrete one, like using these kind of things. But I might actually like that. Thinking of adding concrete powder as well. Maybe it's okay to texture a modern build. Maybe we normalize texturing everything. There's also one more thing I was thinking of when it comes to texturing, and that is obviously under the water we need to put like more diorite. It's all soaking wet. But I was actually thinking of using spruce in here to vary a bit in lightness of the wood color, because that would make it look as if the wood has a little bit of texture to it. And wood does have texture to it, did you know? There's also like definitely options. We have oak. We could also texture a bit with just spruce like this. I think that is actually darker, which is also good to add some more variation. I'm also debating using birch up here to add a little bit more character and light to life, because birch is like actually pretty close to oak. I actually like that. Guys, we're cooking and we are done. Our house is definitely very futuristic, I would say, because in the water it is floating. Yeah, I was genuinely thinking of adding like pillars underneath it, but I think that would ruin the aesthetic, and I think I like the futuristic aesthetic it has. And let's be real, the original had that too, so why do we need to make it realistic? I just wanted to make it pretty. That's all I wanted to do. So here are the other sides again. I basically splattered around texture everywhere, and now I can show you the interior. So as we arrive, when swimming over here, we have this lovely path that is definitely not flipping any trapdoors. We can enter here, and then we are in this little entrance area where we can take off our netherite shoes, our jackets. And if we go to our left, we have a little kitchen here with a bin, very important. We also have a fridge, shelves, a microwave, an oven, and very important, an apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, they say. And down here we can eat. It's not very spacious in here, that's okay. As we go back here, we can actually go on a little balcony over here, because if we prepare our food in the kitchen, we can bring it over here, eat it on the outside to chill and watch the beautiful ocean and the squids. But we can also do some barbecuing, some grilling, that basically, grilled chicken. And then we have one last room here, and that is the living room with a big couch where you can chill and watch TV. And we have a lovely armchair. That's my absolute favorite design to make an armchair. I love the shelves for that. It's perfect. We have a little lamp. And then we have a staircase that goes down over here with a little bookshelf. And this is a very cool staircase because you have like, you dive into the water kind of, you know, this is cool because you're going down to the water level, to the underwater level. So here we have some books that we can read over here while watching the ocean life. And then we have a door that leads to this lovely little room. This is gonna be my bedroom. We have a little gaming setup for me, obviously. We have some bookshelves, and we have a closet with our shiny diamond armor and leather armor because it fits with the color scheme. We have a bed. Did I mention that we have a bed? I don't know if I mentioned that we have a bed, but we also have a bathroom. We can go in the dumpster, we can take a bath, and we can wash our hands. Very important. Oh, and look at us in the mirror. Unfortunately, I can't because I seem to be a vampire. So as we go back up, there is a staircase in the entrance area, and we can go up here and get into this lovely big library room because I love reading. Funny thing is I actually don't read, so let's just pretend these are all video games, right? And and here's where we play. Funnily enough, I also don't really play more than 3 video games. Over here we have another room. It's like a little greenhouse, green area, some plants. And then over here we can chill. And these like, what do you call them? And then back in this room we have another balcony. We have access to 3 balconies up here. Then we have a little area to chill and chat. And we have the last balcony, which is heavily inspired by the one I made in the old one. And it looks like this. I kept the sofa idea. I just added a bit more and I made it more cool and cozy. And yeah, we have a pool, which I love pools, so that had to be. And we also have a little thingy to jump into the pool, and that's basically it for the interior. And I think I did quite a good job on improving this build. That's the before and after side-by-side comparison. If you like this build, you can get it on my Patreon for only €5 a month. And then you can do whatever with it. You can build it on your server, like take a schematic of it with Lightmatica. Do whatever you want. Well, just don't pretend it is yours. And I just want to say thank you to all my Patreons, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So don't miss out on that one. Bye!